welcome back to Rue's Life. I'm here in the polytunnel and it's a bit of a drizzly day outside, but I have been pottering about and doing things, so I've warmed up and I've managed to take a layer off. It's about 18 degrees outside and about 18 degrees here in the polytunnel and about 15 degrees outside. It's nice and cool and refreshing, but it's always a bit warmer in the polytunnel, especially when you're doing things. What I've got today is I've got my seed tin. I've been through all of the seeds that I've got and I've sorted out the ones that I want to be sowing, so I can be sowing and growing over the coming months and through for harvests during the winter months and into the spring. Now, having the polytunnel, I can extend my growing season, and there are some things that I'll be sowing and growing which I do sow here in the polytunnel, and I have great success. I don't heat the polytunnel at all, but they're not things that if I didn't have the polytunnel I wouldn't necessarily be able to grow. So there are some things that on the packet or traditionally you wouldn't be sowing and growing now, but I have been very much an experimental gardener over the years, and very much more so since I've had the polytunnel. And often, if you've got seeds, for me, throw them in, give it a whirl. What have you got to lose? I do fleece some things over the winter months if I think they're going to be, susceptible. Although the actual frost doesn't come into the polytunnel, the temperatures do drop. It's always warmer in here than it is outside, but overnight the temperatures do drop. So some of the things I'll be sowing are not necessarily what you would traditionally sow, as I say, but it works for me. So let's delve into my tin that I've already sorted, and I'll talk you through the things that I'm going to be sowing and growing that I'll get in over the next few days to weeks. So I'm going to start off with Leafy Salady greens, which I can either direct sow or start in pots. And I've got some salad leaf, which is mustard red frills. What I love about a lot of these leafy salads is that they germinate and grow so rapidly. It's tail end of August, we're still getting lots of warm temperatures, so these should be really successful. So that's number one. I've also got some rocket, good old rocket. Again, I've managed to successfully grow that all year. And what's lovely is to be able to still be coming out and picking fresh food even through those winter months. Obviously, we've got plenty stored. There's lots more to harvest before the end of the season, and that will be going into the freezer. But it's nice to come out and pick some fresh things as well. And then in a similar theme, I've got some mustard, which is the Southern Giant. It's a nice big leafy salad. I've got corn salad. I've got a couple of packets of the corn salad or lamb's lettuce. I have got a few varieties of beetroot. So I've got Burpees Golden. I've got the Chioggia, which I'm so in love with this, not just because of how lovely it looks, but the taste as well. I've got a multicolour mix beetroot, and I've got some Monita as well, which is that lovely dark crimson variety. So I'm going to get those in. I've got some leek, which you may just be able to see behind me in a pot, which I really need to move on now. So they'll be going either into a bed here in the polytunnel, or I might just pop them straight outside. They've been in that pot a little bit too long, but I'll also start some more leek seeds off. And then I've got some dwarf green kale. I've got a couple of packets of that, and some purple sprouting broccoli. Now, I've already got both of these growing in my outdoor brassica bed, but I haven't got as many as I would like, and I love to be able to come out through the winter months and pick those, so I'm going to get some more going. Chard, I just adore chard, and again, here in the polytunnel, I've managed to keep that going all year round, and again, it's just great to come out and pick it, and it looks so beautiful as well. So I've got some bright lights and Oh, there was some more chard somewhere. I've got some more. I might have left it in the shed, but I've got some bright lights, and then I've got some of the lucullis, and I'm not sure where I've put that. So I need to oh, here it is. So the Swiss chard, the lucullis, and that's the one with the big, quite big fleshy leaves and the lovely white stem. So that is the chard. And then in a similar vein to the chard, I've got perpetual spinach. I'll be getting some more of that in. More chard, some rhubarb chard. I'm going to start some more turnips. I've got some snowball which we've been harvesting and eating, but they're getting to that point now. If they get too big, they're going to be woody or they'll start to split. So I'd like to start some more of those off. And then I really enjoy overwintering carrots here in the polytunnel. And if I start them off now, they'll have a bit of a head start. And then again, through the sort of later winter and into spring, I'm going to have a carrot harvest. I normally have some already on the go, but I just didn't get round to doing any. So I would normally have some that are harvestable now, and I tend to leave them in the ground or in the beds here in the polytunnel, so I can just keep coming out and picking them or pulling them. So I usually have carrots almost all year round. So I've got a couple of packets of carrot. I've got some Autumn King and some of the these are Nant 5, and I'm going to get those in. So that is what I am going to be sowing and growing over the coming weeks. So getting them sown now to be growing on over the coming months. So I'm all set up here. I've got a cup of tea on the go. I will pop my radio on because it's always nice to have something to listen to. I've got myself a selection of pots and trays. I've got some of the half trays and some of the full-size ones. Now the advantage of using the trays is that if at any point I feel it is a little bit too cold as they develop, I can always pop the little propagator lids over the top, so I can always pop these trays into a propagator if I feel the need. I've got some water ready for watering them in, and I've got some compost. So I'm not going to bore you, it's pretty straightforward sowing seeds. I will be filling up pots and trays with compost and then getting these seeds in, getting them watered, and of course the all-important labelling so I know what I've got. Got plenty of room on the staging here now to get these going. The few bits and pieces that I've got here will be being moved on. There's some kale that I never got into the ground, and actually the cabbage whites have been in, and some caterpillars have munched them, so these are going on the compost heap. There's some lupins that need to go out into the garden. There's some Canterbury bells that need to go out into the garden. The leeks I need to move on, and then there's some celeriac which also needs to go out. So I'll be clearing these, and I'll have lots of space over the months to get these grown. So that's what I'm getting up to today. So if you are sowing any seeds or planning on growing things over autumn and winter, drop me a comment below and let me know what it is that you're going to be sowing and growing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon.